Hey again, everyone, and welcome back to the channel for another installment in our new figure showcase series, where we take a look at a recent addition to the collection. And again, we're sticking to Marvel here, right? That's my bread and butter. That's my line. But we're going back to Deadpool and Wolverine, and this time we're going to be looking at a variant figure, a variant Deadpool, which I think in the movie itself resonated, and then of course. Appears that in real life there may be some implications to the character with some of the legal drama that Ryan Reynolds was going through, but this is a figure review, so we're not going to touch on that too much. But it is Nicepool, and look, in the movie, one of the most hilarious versions of the character, it almost like a super naive Deadpool, super polite, very much in love with his dog, or Dogpool. I think they did a great job with this, especially his untimely end, which to quote Wolverine was murder. That's great. Now, this figure is not without controversy, and we'll get into that, especially when it comes to the head sculpt, which do I think is justified? We'll discuss it a little bit, but it is a variant of the character. I think as far as variants that would have been made, it made sense that we got this. We've got Ladypool, we got Kidpool, we do have third-party Cowboy Pool, and we have Wolverine Pool, which was concept art based. And like I said, I have the book, the concept art. There were so many other versions of these characters that really could have been done and would have made for phenomenal figures. So listen, we still got a ton of releases from this line, so I am not complaining, and we still have the Age of Apocalypse Wolverine coming, so the line is not completely done at this point. So looking at the accessories, he is Deadpool. So not one of the more loaded ones, but you do get a ton of hands. You do get those gold Desert Eagle, right, pistoleros. You get a display stand, which we'll talk about because it's interesting, but then you get his swords and another version of Dogpool, which is now I think the third version we're getting. It's fine, right? I have the others on display. This one I have a particular thought for. But yeah, you get what you would expect with a Deadpool release. Now, looking at the hands, and this is one thing where I think this figure stands apart, is how clean the suit is and how shiny, right? And I think the gloves that you get are a reflection of that, right? It's the paint applications make this feel like a much shinier red leather with the nice black panels, and the only kind of textured elements are at the fingers. You don't get any of the crass, hand gestures that we get with Deadpool, which again goes with the Nicepool character. And then you do get those gold Desert Eagle pistoleros that Deadpool Prime really fawns over, and he claims at the end of the movie following Nicepool's untimely demise. We've seen them before, right? We got these with the special edition original that came in. So, and we've gotten a ton of Desert Eagles. This is Deadpool's chosen his weapon of choice. So, very nice to have it, but nothing new here. And similarly, right, when we look at the swords, it is identical to what we got with Deadpool, what we got with Ladypool, what we got with some of the other variants. It's a magnetically connected plastic sheath, and then the swords are a little bit different. They kind of have a darker metallic blade. The hilts themselves are pure gold, with a nice detail set, but nothing, again, this is definitely a reuse of parts here. So if you're expecting something new or different, don't, right? You're getting these same exact accessories we've got before. I'm okay with the reuse because it's what we saw in the movie, but I know some people have thoughts of that as well. Now, Dogpool, again, third version of the character we've gotten. It's nice to have a different version, and I think for this character, for Nicepool, having the dog, it makes perfect sense. That is another running theme. On top of the pistolero, the pistol jealousy that Deadpool Prime has, the love for this dog is definitely one of the other big elements that concerns Deadpool all the time. So interesting that it's a great accessory to have him, and great detail here. Now, the display stand. This is where things are a little bit different. This is total reuse. This is the display stand that we used to get with the original DX series figures. So we've seen it repurposed numerous times. It's repurposed here again. This one actually does light up, which was surprising, with a USB. No batteries, but it just doesn't seem to fit in with the bases we've gotten with the other characters as well. So just noting that it does seem a little bizarre. But now, looking at the sculpt as well, this is what a lot of people were very concerned about, and a lot of people don't think this was a good sculpt from Hot Toys. Looking at the movie and looking at a lot of the still shots, I'm not as convinced, right? I think a lot of people were mentioning the forehead, but when you look at the stills from the movie, it's kind of surprising, but yeah, I think the forehead is what it is. And then I think the biggest issue are the eyes. I think he's kind of squinting, and that's where I think the eyes are in these figures are really where it either makes or breaks them, and they lose some of that likeness to the character. So that's where I think it comes in. But I think other than that, it's close. I don't think it's as bad as people made it out to be, especially in hand. But I can tell. I think it's the eyes that are throwing this off a little bit. If the eyes had been done a little bit better, I think nobody would be complaining. But the forehead is what it is, and that's not a knock on Ryan Reynolds. I think that's just what was shown on screen. So now looking at the figure overall, one of the nice things about this variant is the different suit, right? It's a much cleaner version, right? Pristine, which goes along with Nicepool, right? From the holsters to the nice polished red elements on the suit, nice kind of leather panels, black leather panels, right? The boots, the guards. It's a very clean, very sleek looking suit overall. Has that texturized element from the Marvel stuff with the panels, but that's what I think sets this apart, and it goes in line with the character's kind of overall appearance. So look, as far as the figure goes, this is, I think, something that if you like the movie, you're gonna want this character. I know I wanted it. I do understand the issues with the sculpt. I think that it's not the best release we've gotten from this series, right? I think the battling Deadpool with the battle damage sculpt is probably the best, right? And the likeness is there. Granted, it's a lot of prosthetics and a lot of makeup, but this one, I don't think, and I know some people will say that I'm making excuses, but I'm telling you, in hand, and when you compare it to some of the stills from the movie, I think they were trying to recreate a particular look. And like anything with Hot Toys, unfortunately, when they try to do some of the expressive looks, I think sometimes they fail. This, I think, wasn't the complete success. And again, I think it comes to the eyes. If the eyes had been done a little bit differently, I don't think we'd be having this conversation. But as far as the figure itself, great posability, great suit, great design. I think the weakness is the sculpt a little bit, but as far as the character, I think it's great to have this version of him. And how am I going to display him? This is a character that was very much in love with Dogpool. Right? I don't think he wielded his guns at all in the sword. So while you can definitely have him in those action poses, I don't think that, for me, when I'm looking at posing up this figure, that's not the personality that the character had. So he's not an aggressive character overall. So having him holding Dogpool, to me, makes sense. I don't know that I'll use the stand. Again, I just don't think that the stand fits in. It's nice that it has the light up feature, but it seems a little gaudy, and I think they were trying to create that look with the clean, cool, sleek Nicepool. But it would have been nice to have a diorama themed base that was in line with the rest of the releases from the line. So solid figure overall, not the best, but again, very solid. So I'm pretty happy with it. But let me know your thoughts, and we'll touch base on the next one.